Good Tuesday morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Sanchez. I'm filling in for Laura.
And I'm Marcus Washington. And before we get to fire preparations, I want to look at those conditions out there for us. Meteorologist Kari, of course, keeping an eye on where we stand right now. How is it looking, Kari?
Well, we know that it's dry. We can just look at the hills and see that they are that bright yellowish, brownish color. And we actually have scientists that go out and take samples of the vegetation and measure how dry it is, if there's any moisture left, because we know that grasses, the brush, and even the trees can be fuel for any fires that spark. So as we take a look at how dry it is, and that threat of a fire risk is very high because of how dry the grass is. There's basically no moisture left. And so we're seeing that high and elevated risk as we take a look across the region. Now is the time to make sure you have the defensible space. That's the area around your home where there is no very dry grass or brush that could be a fire break if we do see any fires approaching your home. You also want to make sure that we're reducing the risk by not driving on any dry grass, securing tow chains, and also using grills on paved surfaces. And you want to make sure that you always have that emergency plan. And if we do have a red flag warning, it's issued 12 to 24 hours in advance. We have low humidity along with high winds. Thankfully, we are not seeing those conditions for now. Temperatures a little bit lower, but we are also going to see more of this weather in the forecast, but always tracking the fire weather conditions. Back to you.
Thank you, Kari.
Well, over in the North Bay, many people back at home. This is after a wildfire came dangerously close to their neighborhood. Our team coverage continues with Today in the Bays. Bob Redell, he's live for us in the South Bay. Now, Bob, they actually may see some smoke there today, but nothing to be alarmed about, right?
Correct. We're talking about it'd be South San Jose in the hills. We're outside the Milpitas Fire Department. This fire agency, along with CAL FIRE and several other fire agencies, doing today and tomorrow prescribed vegetation burns. So these are controlled wildfires for training between 8 a.m. 5 p.m. both days. So if you're out and about, you see that smoke from that general area, you don't need to call 911. Up in Fairfield, that was not a controlled burn. The one yesterday, the smoke and fire was not planned. It was around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. A wildfire broke out near Vista Grande and Capitola Way. The fire was close enough to homes that a CAL FIRE aircraft was called in to drop fire retardant. Authorities issued a mandatory evacuation order for people living nearby as 25-mile-an-hour winds pushed that fire to burn just over 60 acres.
As soon as when it started getting close, crested the hill, we said, okay, it's time to go. I always keep a backpack ready with everything, just essentials, ID, credit cards, anything we might need.
These houses were right next to where the fire was burning, and it was a concentrated effort of both ground and air resources that were responsible for protecting these houses, making sure we didn't lose any structures.
So no homes were burned up there. Authorities have since lifted that mandatory evacuation order. Reporting live here in Milpitas, Bob Redell, Today in the Bay.